Hi everybody, it's Mr. D. Today we're going to be taking a look at solving multi-step equations. In particular, in this video we're going to be looking at combining like terms to solve those equations. So let's jump in here with a couple examples. I take a second, copy this down. Example 1, we have 5n minus 16 minus 8n equals negative 10. So uh, first thing we really need to do is to identify and combine like terms. So if we take a look here, um, we have an n term here, we have an n term here. Right, so those are our like terms. So we need to combine those two. So in doing so, once we combine those 5n minus 8n, that'll give us negative 3n. Then we just bring down our negative 16. Remember to keep that sign with it, don't lose the signs. Bring down our equal sign and our negative 10. Right, and if we look over here, it says now the next step is we really just have to get the variable alone, and we've done plenty of problems just like this here. Our next step here, get this variable, get the variable here that we, get this variable n, get that all by itself. So let's go plus 16 to both sides. Sorry about that. Let's try that 6 again. There we go, much better. No, I screwed up that equal sign, but that's okay. We'll fix that. Alright, so that should have given you time. I delayed there. I gave you some time to catch up to me. Negative 10 plus 16, we should all know that's going to be our positive 6. Different signs, take the difference, take the sign of the bigger. Over here, negative 16, positive 16, that'll cancel each other out. And all we're left with here is our negative 3n. Now, we have negative 3 times n equals 6. Again, we need to get that variable alone. Almost there. Negative 3 times n, so we'll do the opposite. We'll divide by negative 3. Both sides. What you do to one side, do to the other. Negative 3 over negative 3, that's really positive 1. Negative over negative is positive. 3 over 3 is 1. So it's really positive 1 times n, or we can just say n. Bring down our equal sign. And if you look here, we've got our variable all alone, which is really what we're trying to do. 6 divided by 3, positive divided by a negative, negative. 6 divided by 3 is 2. And there's our answer, negative 2. If we go back and check it, alright, we have 5 times negative 2 minus 16, whoops, minus 16 minus 8 times negative 2. Okay, and this should equal negative 10. Alright, so 5 times negative 2, that'll give us negative 10. We're running out of room here. I should jot this down over here. Here's our check. Okay. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. Alright, negative 16. Negative 16. Negative 8 times negative 2 is positive 16. Okay, and if you look, these two, negative 16, positive 16, that'll clearly cancel out. So we're left with negative 10 equals negative 10. That is correct. So that checks out. Alright, sorry about squishing it there. Let's take a look at the next example. Okay. Example 2, negative 28 plus 15 minus 22x equals 31. So let's look for identifying and combining like terms. So over here, we have our x term. Neither of these terms here have an x. Both of these terms here, the 28, negative 28 and the positive 15, which are on the same side of the variable, that's the key. We're working on this variable side first. We're not worried about this side over here because again, it's all about getting the variable alone. Negative 28 and positive 15, those are both constant numbers, right? They don't change. Their values don't change. They don't vary like the variable. So these are considered like terms. So we can combine these. We all know negative 28 plus 15, that's going to be negative 13. Bring down our negative 22x because we haven't done anything with it. There's no other terms to combine it with. And we bring down our equal sign, our 31. And now, just like in any of these, get the variable alone. So here's our variable. We got a minus 13 over here. So let's go plus 13 on both sides. Plus 13 over here. These 13s, negative 13, positive 13, that cancels out. 31 plus 13, well, that's going to be 44. Bring down our equal sign. Our negative 22x. Alright, now we got negative 22 times x. So again, we're going to do the opposite. Okay? And we'll divide by negative 22. It's multiplication is being done to the x. We'll do division to get that x all alone. Over here, negative over negative is positive. 22 over 22 is 1. That leaves us with this positive 1x, or x. So our variable is all alone. 44 divided by 22, well, that's 2. Positive divided by negative, well, that's going to be a negative. So our answer here is x equals negative 2. Now let's do a quick little check here of that. Plug it back in. So we got negative 28 plus 15 minus 22 times negative 2. Plug in that negative 2 in for x equals, we hope it comes out to be 31. So negative 28 plus 15, we said that's going to be negative 13. Negative 22 times positive 2, well, that's going to be plus. Negative times negative is plus 44. Okay, and if hopefully that all equals 31. Negative 13 and positive 44, different signs, take the difference. Difference is 31. 44 is bigger and it's positive, so we keep that positive sign. 31, 31. That checks out. So we are all good. Yeah. That's our check. So hopefully this helps you. Again, think about identifying those like terms, combining them first as we work to get the variable alone. See you guys in class. Bye-bye.